And hello, everyone. Welcome back to some more OW World Cup trials. We're here. If you missed it yesterday, we did Argentina. We're here now today with Costa Rica again. And we've been saying this since we started watching their show matches. This could be the dark horse of the America regions to be that one of those sneaky teams that make it into the top 8 going for the conference cups.
Yeah, I mean we have seen them, take down some regional talent, and then they went up against Argentina. They also went up against Puerto Rico,
Mm-hmm.
and I think those for me were kind of like the benchmarks of where they were sitting. And I was watching Puerto Rico, and I'm like, man, they do not look good on Gibraltar. And then the other maps came, and they ended up 3-1ing Puerto Rico, who made a big run in 23, missed getting into the big dance by one match. 1 point separated them from going to Anaheim. And here for them. I think that they need to really look at where they are kind of sitting at as far as Puerto Rico. But if you're a Costa Rican fan right now, you are so happy that you have upgraded in a couple of areas. You've upgraded the tank in Artorias, who Hunter was really high on. Bullskunk was also very high on him. I am now
Oh
extremely
yeah.
high on Artorias as the tank. And then you've got Kale and Kizzo. And I miss Hodelo, but I think there's a consistency in Kale that Hodelo just did not have. And I mean, I was a big, massive Hodelo fan. Like I was eating all the stonks. I was buying everything. And now you've got this dynamic duo that seem to just have such good synergy together
Mm-hmm.
that, man, Costa Rica, as far as what I'm seeing, their starting five should already be cemented based upon what they've done in show matches. Now, when we get to the real competition, have every team shown what they've really been doing? Have they been showing, the real comps? Everything that we've seen so far leads to them. This starting five: Artorias, Kale, Kizzo, WedTube, and Benji. Uh, I mean, you're going to have to prove me wrong and me and Joshua wrong, uh, because we are in full agreement on this one.
Yeah, 100%. Then there's some people that we're taking a look at as well for that bench role, right? Spooky was on the Copa America team and also teammates with Benji and WedTube at Briarcliff too. So that's again someone to look at. And it looks like they play both DPS and tank. At least that's what it says on Liquipedia. They played DPS. They're playing DPS a little bit for Briarcliff, it
Mm-hmm.
seems. So that opens up things to allow for taking a support who I know we were talking about it before we went live. Tulo, huge presence for Costa Rican Overwatch fans, and I believe is okay. So is a DPS player as well. So that's gonna make things a little bit hard, but and then D22 2210 was also a DPS player that was on the Copa America roster in the in 2025. So those are the people that we're kind of looking at. Other than that, we are kind of going. At least I'm going in blind for Shy, Tandor, Zach Allmight, and Jimmy Mano. Um, but hey, this is where people can make good good strides.
I mean, it's all about what kind of impressions they make right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we're going to see pretty much. I hope that they'll mix it up and kind of throw other gears into it, kind of like what we've seen with the other national committees do, and see how they bring these teams together. Like I said, I think the starting five is pretty much locked already, but we'll see how it goes down. I'm very interested to see how Spooky has grown as a player, um, and because I mean they look pretty good
Mm-hmm.
during the Copa America. So like there's some upgrades there. I'm still I'm still a little shocked at the absence of Hodelo. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a school issue or Just not enough time. Maybe they just felt they weren't going to have a fair shot. I don't know. But we're going to see how they go through this with the members that we have here uh, competing for these 7 spots for Costa Rica.
Yeah, and it looks like already going to be starting off at least not, um, not uh, the starting 5 that we're thinking of together on either team, as they are going to be split up. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. I was about to say, like, where's my clean feed? It's right there. There's my clean feed. So we do get a look at Spooky on the tank roll, with D22 and Kizzo together, and then Kale and Tulo together, and then Tandor and Wed Tube and All Might and Benji rounding out our first two lineups.
But we will see what we see here. I'm really looking forward to what Artorias. We know that they have a damn good Zarya. And we know what Wedge can bring to the team as well. So this is going to give us a chance to see how Kizzo and D22 play together. What does Tandor bring to the squad? Looks like they're going to be playing in that main role. So we'll keep Wed flexing as normal. On the other side, Tulhu, like I said, big community fan, community star for this deal. I see it every time I see Costa Rica go live. They're asking for Tulhu. So we'll see how he does here.
We will see indeed, but it looks like Blue Kipo Azul is going to be starting us off. Seems like it's going to be blue team here, as Kisso's already starting off. Yet again, this dynamic presence on the Vendetta for Costa Rica, starting us off with a nice pick early on, set us up, set up blue team to start us off.
I mean, good engagement there. Kizzo definitely has a signature in this Vendetta. It's all about space taking right now and what Spooky can do playing the Roadhog, which is not necessarily a bad idea, and especially if you're going to ferry him with JPC going around the side and looking for a hook on the side, that might actually be a little bit of fun, and he actually gets grappled.
Yeah, Tulo looking to get something done here, trying to make their claim, and it looks like, well, oh goodness, Tulo and Kizzo starting us off here all ready for both of these two rosters, but Artorias is the one to take All Might out of this fight. It looks like that should hold us strong for the moment. Nice pick did come through from Spooky, though, on this Roadhog. Another pick now coming through from Rojo, so it will flip back over to them.
So those that don't speak Spanish out there, this is just red team and blue team. Equipo is the Spanish word for team. So red team and blue team. They've got the blue team with Red Tube being the anchor of that, and Artorias. So, I mean, good stuff from Spooky. Not gonna lie, Roadhog just does not seem to be a player that you would think that would be good in this meta. With the fact that you've got somebody to ferry you around like the Jetpack Cat, absolutely gonna work there, and the Kitsune rushes come out.
A good rush comes in. Tulu finds a good pick on a D22, and there goes Kwed off the side of the map. Benji just being a tormenting presence. Kizzo looking for some more here. Not really going to be able to find anything quite just yet. They have the Sundering Blade available as Tulu takes them out. So it looks like Red Team are going to keep their hold on this point. Well, as it did get flipped over to Blue Team for a second.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe not.
The overclock comes out. D22 is not done yet. They're going to say, I'm going to keep this point. Thank you very much. And they've got the whole hog online here from Spooky. Sundering Blade also available to Tulhu here. So that, I mean, great pop of the overclock there from D22. Gets a lot of value out of it and maintains their hold on the point.
Yeah, now got to get some charge here for Artorias here to keep things going their way, and then the whole hog coming through from Spooky could really help as Tandor and Artorias fall off the map. What? What happened? No way. That has to be play of the game, surely, right? D22 is going to keep the hold going, and it looks like they're going to give it the Sundering Blade now, though, coming in, and it is going to bisect D22 on the point is Tulu is going to try to hold on. Dantor is going to find a pick, but Benji's in the response. Going to try to hold on to this. Artorias made the swap over to the Diva to get back to point, and it looks like Azul will be keeping their hold of the point for now, as long as yeah, it goes their way, and it will in the end. God, I need that spooky play to be play of the game, because how the hell did that happen?
I have no idea how that actually went down, because they were in the middle of a grab. How do you get? I mean, just the angle there from that doorway, it's like splitting a razor's edge, and they found it. So, I mean, good for them to be able to counter it out. But I mean, D22 was unbothered, moisturizing in their own lane. Just says, you know what? I'll clean up on the back of this. I got it. No problem. We'll hold the point here. Good last-minute swaps coming through from both sides. So, I like what I'm seeing so far. This is actually pretty evenly matched. Benji is just evil on the jetpack cap, but Tandor actually providing a lot of heals there. A lot of good mobility as well. I think that's the reason why Azul gets it done. And taking a look at where they came from, I mean, I've never heard of Tandor. So the fact that they can stand up to a lot of these big stars from Equipo Rojo, that is what we like to see. We like to see people kind of showing up in these moments for their national team. Wired play as well, Joshua.
Yeah, that was the nice thing about being able to be in lobby yesterday for Argentina. At least you could look at, like, you know, how everyone is ranked and whatnot in the lobby. Kale, though, already finds D22 out of the fight early on there. Good start off, and Tulo as well going to get in on that kill feed, taking down another one, and Kale on the Cassidy is just going to clean a house for Rojo.
Jeez, Louise Kale with the Peacekeeper, not missing very much there. Look at that, almost 50% already to the Deadeye. So you got to think about where are we going to go from here. D22 is going to have to be able to watch the range coming in from the Peacekeeper. So, I mean, you're looking for the projected barrier to go on to Kizzo and get a lot of work and then, you know, kind of tech their way back out. But, man, this space pulling is pretty good from Rojo.
Good, really good. Tulo is going to find Tandor out early now, as hopefully going to be able to change it back, turn the tide of this fight, and Kizzo is the one to start us off. Good bubble coming in as well. Duki trying to stay alive. Benji still just doing Benji things out this jetpack cat. You still have Kizzo. You still have Artorias, though, for Azul, so you're going to be able to hold on as long as you can kill Benji here and take back the point. Respawns are coming through, but again, you can't really do much when you're against Azaria as one person, as Azul will take back the point.
Yeah, good stuff there. Good tracking, good close down, good projected barriers once again from Artorias. He seems to always make the right decision. What I'm seeing from Rojo right now, though, is just a clamp down onto Artorias to make sure that Zarya, even if they are high charged, they're getting the elimination pretty rapidly.
Yeah, as I'm going to see here, Kale already up to their ultimate here, Billy, then no one close besides Benji. And there they go, right into the thick of it. They're going to get him. Yeah, they get Tandor out. What a play. Now Kale can look to clean house as Kizzo's just in the back, into the face of Kale to keep them out of that fight. Spooky finds two as it's going to flip back over to Rojo.
And look at the difference in Graviton Surge charges. Almost up for Spooky, 25% behind for Artorias. So, I mean, that aerial lift into the Deadeye, the Sky Noon, if you will, is just evil. It's just evil. There's nothing you can do about it. It's almost like you have to pull a Baptiste for it.
Yeah, it's insane. Now here comes the ultimate coming in from Benji as well. And they, well, you live by the troll, you die by the troll. As Benji falls to their death, they get D22 out of the fight as well. But at what cost?
I mean, you put two ultimates into that fight. You did get the overclock and the Kitsune Rush out of Azul here, but you're looking for Sundering Blade, and I don't know if that's me or if that's you. But it did just free the Sundering Blade. We still have Graviton Surge from both sides. So Sundering Blade into a Graviton Surge from both sides is going to be scary indeed.
Well, there's the grab coming in from Artorias, and it is just going to lock up All Might and Spooky. Sundering Blade came through from Tulo. but it is not going to find the kills you were hoping for, at least the damage you were hoping for, as well as Kale's going to fall down there late, as now Azul have overtaken the lead on percentage.
But you're going to have this combo again, the Sky Noon, the Jetpack Cat grapple with the High Noon from Kale. That's something they're going to be very careful of. And they also managed to hold on to their Sundering Blade from Kizzo, so there's a lot to work with here.
Well, speaking of which, there is the Sundering Blade out. Is going to take Spooky to below half HP. Going to get that follow-up there, but, you know, Spooky's going to get healed back up. Now you're going to go in, and Kizzo's found Kale out already. Another pick comes through, and Spooky is going to drink some water with the fishes in the end. It looks like Equipo Azul will take this map.
Yep, I mean, we'll go ahead and play the third one out, I would assume, just like all the other tryouts that we've done so far. But, man, good flip there. They get it to 74%, right? And then they make the flip. And they had 45%. They win 2 fights out there. And it's just target focus. I mean, they're really swarming targets. Great use, by the way, from Tandor of that sound barrier. Was able to kind of negate the entirety of Tulhu's Sundering Blade. So this is good stuff that we're seeing so far from the unknown. Tandor is basically the only person on this blue side that we don't know anything or much about. And we're learning very fast that they are a shrewd little Lucio player.
Yeah, really good stuff so far. Really good stuff so far indeed from everyone really in this this lobby currently. Kale's doing Kale things. Tulo's looking good. The only person I really don't have anything to say about is All Might, and that just is always good for support players because the best thing you can say about a support player is they're doing their job, and All Might is doing their job.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a couple of good Kitsune rushes that have either kept them in fights or given them an opportunity to win the fight outright. So we'll see how they go through again. They've kind of swapped it up here. They're going to ferry the Bastion, but that didn't seem to work as well.
We'll see how this works for him now as Taurus has brought out the big guns, literally and figuratively, here to start take on control center here. As we'll see, Kale is going to start off with the opening takedown D22 early on. He's going to get pressured out a lot. Buckley made a good choice, got the Sigma out, but already picks coming through from Artorias and company to keep this hold and push going. As Kizzo bringing out the Reaper.
I don't hate it. You're looking to chunk down the tank. You're looking to get in the back line and make sure they don't just have a lot of sustain there. It's going to make them reposition and look for different corners. But I mean, Spooky has shown really good on this Sigma so far. Good use of the experimental barrier. I want to look for a tool to kind of lock off Artorias from that constant pumping of support coming in.
We'll see how that works for him. We haven't been able to really see this May work quite just yet. A good wall, though, separating out D22 from the rest of their team. Still going to be able to rotate around, take All Might out of that fight, and now they're going to try to hold on to this. No, Kale falls. Sound barrier comes in, though, from Benji. Try to turn the tide of this fight back into the favor of Rojo, but it's just not going to be enough. The damage is done. Wed Tube's Kitsune rush was too hard to overcome.
Yep, that's good stuff. And I mean, Tandor, they have an answering sound barrier there. The Kitsune rushes invested as well. Make sure that they've got everything that they need. It builds up Kizzo to the Death Blossom, so that's going to be something we need to be looking for as they go into Artillery Strike and the Gravitic Flux.
We'll see how that works for him now as they're going to go in here. There's Artillery Strike in, Gravitic Flux out, but he's going to get trapped up in the end, and there's the Death Blast for 4! Oh, yeah, that's just, that's a real Beyblade battle right there, Billy.
Okay, first let's talk about the Suzu that came in from Wed that kept everybody nice and healthy through the Wombo combo there. The Artillery Strike falls on their heads, and then they go ahead and trap everybody in there. The Flux is already happening, so the Suzu absolutely cleans everything out.
D22 with the overclock. There's the Blizzard in from Tulo, trying to get anything working. And, well, you are going to get Artorias low, but the healing is there finally. Kale finding a pick, finding Artorias out of this fight. And, well, now you're going to be pressuring out the point
No,
for a little bit. There's no way Tandor is just still alive. Kale finally had enough of it all, and now it looks like Rojo will be able to take a point for the moment as Kizzo is going to fall.
I mean, we swapped over to the Doomfist here, so that's going to be something that Kizzo's going to be very cognizant of is how are they getting in and out of these fights, and do they have their cooldowns to kind of defeat the Doomfist coming into them with that knockback potential. So, I mean, Tandor, I thought they got away. They got away out of 2 of those fights, and then finally was gunned down, so poor Tandor. I'm loving what I've seen from him, though. This is actually a really good show of what they're able to do.
As we're going to see here, Spooky is going to try to hold on. Does stay alive for the moment. WetTube is going to come in here with a sound barrier out. Or sorry, Kitsune Rush out here now in the spot. So All Might going to be dropping theirs as well. Overclock in from Kale Sound Barrier. Everything coming online for everyone at the moment. Trying to hold on, and Spooky is going to be the one to open it up. D22 out of this fight, and it looks like going to help Rojo keep a hold of this point for a little bit longer.
Man, Spooky looks really good on this. Doomfist is almost kamikaze in their assault of the point. So, man, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. And Blizzard is ready here for Tulhu. There's a lot of tools here to kind of hold them and get us to 99%. We're looking for Kizzo to kind of own things up and get it started. Also looking for Artorias to maybe lock up Spooky because they don't have that Meteor Strike online.
We'll have to see now as we're gonna go into the engagement here. Kizzo still waiting for an opportunity to use this Death Blossom. Into the back they go. Perfect time to use it with that with the cage fight up, but Artorias has already found both of the supports. Now you've come through. There's the Blizzard coming out, and you didn't even need the Death Blossom to take the fight in the end. Azul take the map 3-0.
That's good stuff. I mean, still great fight back coming from Rojo there. Good adaptability at mid fights, mid rounds. So, man, they're gonna have their work cut out for them here, I think.
Oh, here,
look forward. Here it is. It's gotta be it.
It's gotta be it. How did this happen?
Yep, it's what I thought.
No way. That's got to be max range on that.
It has to be. Then he gets the hook on the wet as well.
Yeah.
So, oh man, that is that is threading the needle right there. You love to see it.
That's crazy.
Man, Spooky looking pretty good on the tank roll. Not gonna lie. Giving Artorias a lot of room for pause and having to actually take this a lot more seriously than I think that anybody was expecting them to have to do.
Yeah, definitely. That's so let's go over to our handy dandy little tier list here, Billy. I think I'm bringing them up there, and then who do you want to bring up to the bench?
I have to say it, Tandor.
All right,
Tandor.
I'm here for that.
Tandor is, I mean, because look, Benji and WetTube are going to be your starting supports.
Yeah.
I mean, but if somebody's sick, if somebody can't make it, if there's travel issues, I mean, there's a whole host of things that we need to see from them. But I mean, D22 should also have a look at the bench, just because they were having some pretty damn good moments there on the Sojourn.
Yeah. Again, this is in the perfect world. There would be 3 subs for 1 for each role, but it's not a perfect world, and we only can take 2 subs with us. So you'll have to figure it out from there. But I do like that. Again, like you said, it is going to be almost impossible for anyone to break through that starting lineup just because of how good they've looked together in these show matches. But that bench is wide open, and again, it could also change too. That the starting lineup could change too, like we said during our Chile trials. If someone just comes out and just lets it all out onto someone, like Spooky comes out, just dog walks Artorias for a couple maps, right? and then you gotta think their grand plan is done, and you have to Spooky just takes the tank roll over.
It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot to prove to me at least that would be the case. But I mean, if you're looking at it, just based upon what we see here in the tryouts, I think Spooky should be definitely their substitute tank. I haven't seen another tank yet, but I just know the history of Spooky and what they've done. Copa America, South American Masters. There's a list there too. There's a resume there too for Spooky to be said. Also competing in collegiate, which we know has helped a lot of players' careers. We talk about everybody going pro so soon. Tree got better going to college, going to Maryville. So I think that looking at the combined experiences, the tank roll should be pretty well set. There may be specific maps that Spooky just might have a better tank than Artorias does.
And
that's what I like about this.
yeah, and I like like you said, the Doomfist looked really good. And again, it's not something that many tank players are as comfortable with, right? And especially if you have those wacky zany picks like the Roadhog too, right? God forbid Roadhog becomes meta for online qualifiers of the Conference Cup, but Costa Rica thinks 10 steps ahead and brings Spooky along, and they just dog walk the competition because they have a freaking Roadhog player on their team.
I mean, the rework is still coming, right? The rework to Roadhog is still supposed to be coming along sometime soon. In this year of Overwatch, they were talking about it being a couple of months down the line. Well, a couple of months down the line would put us right around the online qualifier times. I would like to see it before then. If Roadhog becomes viable again, I will eat boiled okra on stream. I don't know. I don't like okra. It's nasty.
Yeah.
But man,
slimy.
It's slimy. But what's not slimy is the play. This is pretty clean for both teams. I mean, there's good disengages. You can see there's good communication regardless of which team it was. They engaged together. Yeah, there's a little bit of shenanigans going on with the jetpack cap, but still, I mean, that's Sky Noon. They could have gotten more out of it. They just didn't. They didn't let loose with the shot. They could have gotten 4. They had 4 skulls lined up. So making sure that they got the one, cool. It confirms the kill. It confirms the usage of what they did. So yeah, we'll see moving forward with our next map. Kind of how they shift the players around, and we'll get a chance to see other synergies arise out of it.
Speaking of next map, it's the first time we're seeing this map in our trials run so far here, Billy. It's Midtown.
And Domina has made an appearance. It'll be Artorias and company from Team Rojo on the attack. Yeah, Domina. I have not seen a Domina play. I have not played as Domina here on Midtown as well, so I'm very curious to see how they manage it.
Another thing to keep in mind now is Kale and Kizzo are currently together as a DPS duo. Does not look like it's going to help this first push, though, for Rojo. Maybe not. Was too low falling there. As now you could maybe make some waves going in. A nice bubble comes through from... and Kizzo's just in the back line, killing 2. D22 does get a late kill onto them, but it's not going to matter. The damage is done. Rojo have, or at least are going to capture this point.
Yeah, and I mean, it's because Artorias, those projected barriers, making sure the Kizzo is nice and sturdy, going through it just gives so much charge over to the Zarya. And with the heals being pumped in from All Might and Wed, this is just good stuff. Now, let's see the rotation, see how they take high ground. How do they eject the blue team off the top of tunnel here?
Because now we'll see Tandort and Benji get a look together as well. All Might and Wed now together, like you had said. Winston comes out from Spooky. Is just going to be deleted thanks to Kizzo and Artorias. As that's going to allow Rojo to keep pushing forward without really any really any concern for any well-being at the moment.
Oh no. The assassination there. Poor Tolhu. Was not expecting that. Right now, if you're running into a vendetta and you're a tracer, not good.
Not good at all. Is everything gets Kizzo gets everything put in onto them. Benji invests their ultimate there, as well as that projected barrier, and that's just going to allow just gross mechanic from Kizzo, man. Like look at this, bro. I don't know what to say. It's just gross.
Gross is good though.
Yeah.
We do like gross. We also like Sundering Blades that are going to be online right now, trying to hunt down Wed, and well, Wed is back to bed.
It's so crazy to think Kizzo was a console player and now is just doing this, bro. Like I've just found out I was in a Discord server with him. He's in the Hobies Discord server. Like, this is crazy.
I mean, everybody grows up, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of these players that we know from back in our CGL days, you grow up, you get better, and there's the grab out.
Good grab coming in, and Kale is there to follow up with a kill onto Tulo. As that should be the overclock coming in, and they're just gonna find a pick. Tandord getting that opening now. As Kale, we'll hide that, Kale. We didn't see nothing. We didn't see those missed shots. But it happens. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Me more than everyone else, though.
I like the self-deprecating humor there. We'll see what they get done here, as we're seeing a little bit of a pause there. But man, Tolhu and company are actually cleaning up on the back of this. That's actually a really good hold from them.
Yeah, good look coming in from Azul. Needed that, right? You guys still got 3 minutes and 40 to hold, though, so it's not the greatest time bank for Azul at the moment, but you got to start somewhere.
I mean, you've taken what, about a minute 15 off the clock so far. You're looking for Artorias to kind of bridge the gap here. Annihilation's going to really stop the assault coming through, and actually a damn good continued rush coming in from All Might.
Good indeed. As Benji does find D22 out in response, and Kisso's in the back line finding All Might, but it's all they're going to be able to find. Kale, why are you right there?
Kale's just going to go down.
Yeah, Kale, what? Kale, why are you in the back line? 1v1ing people. He did find a pick, but that's all they found.
So we're getting a chance to see Tandord here on the Baptiste. So you're going to think that once Annihilation comes out, you throw the lamp out, and you're also looking for, I guess, you're looking for other things to go. There goes the lamp and the Annihilation.
Yep, and the Annihilation is going to annihilate Rojo, as that 3 pieces coming in from Spooky on the Annihilation. Benji does find a late stagger or a late kill onto Artorias for the moment, though, so definitely an opportunity. Now Kizzo could open things up. They're gonna look to keep this pressure on. 2 minutes to go. Getting better and better on this defense. Spooky trying to stay alive. You're gonna have to force that Nemesis form to stay up healthy and get that armor. Is now Wed. Gonna find Kale out with a nice Pulsar Torpedo. So things are still looking up and looking better for Azul right now. See if it can continue here, as they're still waiting for an opening. Is Rojo, as Benji's gonna fall, and you have to reset again.
I mean, I'm looking at the healing numbers here from the members of Team Azul, and I mean, look, 5,000 and 4,000 respectively. You're looking at almost 4K and 4.4 for Team Rojo. So a little bit more emphasis on the damage coming through from Rojo. You're more heal botting for Azul, and the fact that they are focusing more to keep the sustain up is what they're really getting the most value out of.
They're looking really good now, but this is the perfect opportunity for Rojo to come back into this, right? 4 ultimates on the board, about to be 5. as you're just gonna go in early on. There's the grab out. You're gonna try to get this started off. Sundering Blade now in as well, getting Spooky so low. Artorias is there for the cleanup. There's the Amp Matrix 2. That's just got to be where you hold on. Tandor does fall though, but the picks keep coming through from Rojo. The hold on to this and I'll hold on to this push in their favor. Kale still has overclock as well to put it some pressure on the people respawning too.
I mean, that's 4 ultimates in the fight. They still haven't won. Now they're having to face an annihilation. So, and the
Kale
Ray is coming out.
Kale though finds All Might early. Kizzo as well. Spooky does find one pick. Artorias is down, and that is a huge one, but Kizzo's still alive on the Vendetta, which could change the entire tide of this fight, as it does. Kale and Kizzo yet again. Kizzo already back to another Sundering Blade to finish it off, and that is round 1 completed for Team Rojo.
I mean, that is disgusting how fast they got that Sundering Blade up after having used it, and I guess that was a long, extended fight. But just the communication and the sync between Artorias and Kizzo, the Zarya Vendetta connection, absolutely gross. Now, it did take them the entirety of that 4.5-minute time bank to get it over the line. So they had a good stall there. Team Blue really did put their feet planted in the ground, drew a line in the sand and said, "You shall not pass." Tolhu came alive on the Tracer. I got to give it up to All Might. All Might had some very clutch Kitsune Rushes, some very clutch Suzus when they were getting detained. So just absolutely disgusting work from both teams.
He's the symbol of peace. Of course he's gonna come through for Team Azul, right? I mean,
MHA, I hear you. Where's Deku? Where's Deku?
Where is this? I swear there's an Overwatch player called Deku as well.
There is.
Yeah, so we need to get them on a team together. Let's get that let's make that happen, Billy.
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm here for it.
You know, honestly, we probably could make an entire MHA lineup, to be completely honest. We'll see here. Kizzo is going to be on the Tracer here, marrying it with Tulo to start us off. So we'll see how the Tracer looks for, it's not looking too good to start us off at least. But Rojo are on the back foot already. Azul looking to get things started, and well, they are going to get it all done, dusted. A very quick capture at point 1.
Yeah, Wedge Tube, big once again. For Team Blue. Yep, there's the swap over. Artorias decides that the Dominant is not going to be the choice here. So, yep, you're going to be behind an ult charge there. You're looking at Kizzo versus Tolhu. Tolhu is doubled the ult charge of Kizzo. So, I mean, the work is being done here. Now let's see, we had a really kind of easy run through 1 and 2 for Team Rojo on the attack. Let's see how they do here on the defense.
Yeah, we'll see how Rojo do now. Like you said, Artorias is going to be perpetually in the back seat with never mind. Spooky made the swap over to the Diva. Okay, all right. Just give up on that charge and let All Might or Artorias just overtake you. All Might though finds Kizzo early. A nice opening here though for Rojo, as Wed does find a pick as well. As I thought Artorias might have started them off well, but a nice DMAC here onto the Spooky 2 can make a whole difference maker as well.
I mean, if you're looking at it, why do you swap over to the Diva there? You're looking to mitigate damage coming in from both the Baptiste, from the Sojourn. You're trying to eat the disruption field, which is giving them a lot of hassle. So, I mean, I don't hate it. Pulse Bomb and the Orbital Ray available in this fight, and Overclock probably fall behind that.
Love the Megatron look for Artorias here. with the Ramatra. Makes probably the most most obvious collab ever when the Transformers collab came out to put Megatron as Ramatra. As now D22 comes in with a pick on the Kale. Tandor down as well. Nice overclock coming in, and then it looks like more progress will be made, and maybe we're going to be seeing a huge time bank for Azul as well.
It sure does look like it. It'll probably be close to 5 minutes, like, what, 4:49? I mean, they are contesting here.
And Kale finds White out early on. Now the pulse bomb in from Tulo is only going to find the immortality field. Kale finds another pick here. Now there's the self-destruct coming out, and now you're going to find Spooky down for the count. And there is Rojo finally making some progress in the defense of Holden.
I mean, 220, 2.2 meters before they capture point 3. It would have been about a 4-minute 50-second time bank. So now you're looking to see, they're going to have to retake the tunnel. Once again, maybe look for a cheeky back cap from Kizzo. They do have the pulse bomb in their back pocket for the defense. So it's going to be about Toolhu being able to kind of wear down the back line of Wedge Cube and All Might.
We'll see how that comes in here as Kizzo finds D22 out. Nice pulse bomb comes through to start us off. Artorias does get traded out though, so I think he'll take your tank being alive over D22 as well. So now you're setting up strong. Sound Barrier had to be invested here too. Try to stabilize, hold on. Kizzo found another pick though, and that is going to be massive for Rojo to keep their hold going. Spooky is going to get super low. Kale finds another pick. It is going to be the hold yet again for Rojo on the defense.
Yep, Toolhu's just buying time. The next pulse bomb. They've actually passed Kizzo. Kizzo actually put out after Toolhu there. So, man, I mean, the Tracers are doing work right now, but the supports right now are owning the day. You're looking at D22 versus Kale in the Sojourn department. Absolute dogfight between those two. Kale's starting to kind of find the range with the railgun right now. So this is starting to turn to a little bit of desperation.
Yeah, as a minute 14 comes through, and a big pick on the Tandor there for him as now Benji does find D22 in response. Orbital or Kitsune Rush did come through too onto the point. There's pulse bomb out from Tulo. Is not going to find anything. They get back smack taken down. As the Annihilation now on the point for Artorias to try to keep the hold, to stabilize on the point, keep it going. Now they're going to try to keep it going with that overclock coming through, and there it is. Self-destruct finds 2 though. As Kizzo and Artorias fall, but it is still in control for Rojo.
The good thing for them though is that they do have overclock ready to go here for D22. You're also going to have the orbital ray. So Spooky should be able to stay in this fight a hell of a lot longer than they have been, going up against Artorias, who has just been a stalwart stone here in the defense of point 2. Amp Matrix could be something big here for Kale if they can find something through it.
Just now, they come in here, overclocked out. It's orbital ray in, and Benji is down. That's huge. Sound Barrier was so close to coming back online. And now it looks like Azul have done it. They've finally broken the seal and are going to be able to open up point number 3. They're headed to Grand Central Station. Well, maybe not. Benji's back from spawn. Artorias falling, though, is probably going to be the nail in the coffin for this defensive hold, and Benji could not get up to that sound barrier, and that finally should be it when Kizzo falls, and there it is. The Grand Central is open for Team Blue.
Yeah, but they get some work here. They get another 90 seconds on the clock, and Spooky has been generating ultimates very quickly here, so I would expect to see another self-destruct gotten up to here. Good thing for Rojo, though, is they've got a sound barrier, and now they've got a Zarya and a Vendetta back on the field.
Yeah, this is the bread and butter for the Costa Rican roster. Artorias and Kizzo on these two should really help them stabilize on this last point here. Tulo is going to find Kale, though. Sound barrier is going to come through, and that should help stabilize for the moment. Is All Might going to get caught out here, taken down. Artorias getting in on the kill feed as well, as Rojo are going to be starting off strong on their defense for point 3.
I forget how good of a Lucio that Benji actually is. Actually plays very well with the Frog. So I'm here for that. I'm also here for Kale. Been really fighting that range, like I said, on that railgun. They do have a self-destruct, though, and only 2 bubbles.
Yes, now they come in for another one. Oh, that was probably not the self-destruct that Spooky had wanted. As Benji does fall, and Tulo in response gets caught out, and that should, maybe not, because now you're finding the overclock coming in from Kale. Overtime going to be coming through. It is just Spooky left on the point, and you're not going to be able to stave off Kale and Artorias, as that is going to be the cleanup coming through, perhaps, for Rojo in the end. Tulo is going to come back, find Artorias out. Still Kizzo on the point, and that should be the end of it all. All Might trying to get there, but is not going to get a touch, as that is that. As yet again, well, this time, Team Rojo wins the map. Right now. Oh. I can't hear you, Billy. What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, there you are.
I don't know
You're
what
back.
happened.
You're back. I saw
I
your
was
mouth.
lagging.
Oh, yeah, I saw your mouth move, and I don't know if you were still with me or not.
I'm here.
All right, perfect. You're here. We're here. I'm here. And so is Team Costa Rica.
I mean, man, depending on what the hero pools are, though, like you could make for definitely Spooky being that backup tank. D22 and Tolhu, man, they are going back and forth. They are putting up some good numbers here for both sides. Tandor played a good Baptiste, gotta say. A couple times saved the team with a good use of the lamp. So, man, I mean, this is not gonna be as straightforward. I still think the starting 5 will stay the same.
Yeah.
Just who are your two substitutes going to be? I think that's where our biggest focus should be, because, like you said, they've beaten everybody they played in these show matches, and I mean, they've proven a lot to me so far.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there. I think All Might as well had a really good map too. Still haven't seen those other 3 down at the bottom there. Maybe we'll get them in this next map. But yeah, I mean, goodness, that Artorias and Kizzo just look so locked in together. It's crazy. As well with Kale too. Those 3 just look so locked in together, and again, that's why we're viewing them as this dark horse team for the Americas region.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they can do. I think the summer can't come fast enough, because it's going to be an exciting time for these conference cups. Who's going to make it out of Latin America? That's the big question right now. You have to think that Brazil is still sitting. They're trialing 50 players, by the way.
Oh, Jesus.
That's going to be an insane amount of casting there. But I mean, if you're looking for, the next team up, I mean, I haven't seen anything from Colombia. I haven't seen anything from Ecuador. We've seen Panama. I haven't seen Guatemala or Honduras enough to really have any kind of formed opinion. Argentina. I don't know how you felt about it last night, but I still think Costa Rica is maybe on top.
Like I said, I think Argentina is a very tank-heavy squad, and I think they'll go as far as Tizzy can bring them. They also have Lep as well. So that's a great main support to have in your on your team too. That's a lot of experience that you can't really find in a lot of South American teams, South American Central American teams. So that's huge for Argentina, right? Um, but I think it's going to only go as far as Tizzy brings them because Tizzy is one heck of a tank. And other than that, but like you said, Brazil and like Brazil and Colombia already have their places locked for the Conference Cup, right, from the previous World Cups. So it is, and Mexico as well, right? So you don't have to worry about those 3 teams if you're Costa Rica, right? I think your biggest, like your your biggest rivals would probably have to be Puerto Rico and Argentina and Chile. I'd have to think that just based on previous success and size of I mean the size doesn't matter because we're talking about Costa Rica being a really good team and not that big of a country. But Peru's also in the mix of things. They've got their trials happening this weekend, this Saturday. We'll not have a clean feed because we're doing, at least we won't, or a group of Senju won't, because of Brazil happening. But Honduras is tomorrow. So again, we don't really know what to expect from a Honduras roster, right? It's not a hotspot of Overwatch traditionally, but neither is Costa Rica, and they could have players that just come out of nowhere, like the three what is William Mundy doing in the team? What is William doing in that the red spot there? I don't think that's true, but I saw William and Asher on the red team, so I don't think that's happening. But right, we just look back at the if we look back again, 3-0 over Chile, 4-0 over Panama, 4-1 over Argentina, 3-1 over Puerto Rico. Goodness, if you're a Costa Rica fan, you gotta be feeling good going in to online qualifiers and then the Conference Cup too.
I would be shocked, depending on how this goes, if they don't find their way in there.
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking about, we've looked at Chile, we've looked at Argentina, we've looked at Brazil's going on this weekend and next weekend and the weekend after. This team from Costa Rica has been playing together for months now. The synergy is already there. I think that's the big thing is that, these other countries are going to have to come together and start playing as a 5. Costa Rica's already there. And there's a lot to be said about synergy. We all know the longer you stay together as a team, the better the synergy gets, the better the coordination, the better the anticipation of your teammates' play will also come through. So that is something that I'm looking forward to. I think that's where I give them an edge, is that they have already been playing as a national team without it being official, for about 4.5, 5 months now.
Right, and we saw and as well, the backline plays in college together, right? So they've been playing together for even longer. The Benji and WedTube were on the 2023 World Cup team together, right? That's how far they go back as a support duo, right? That can't be taught in 4 months. It can't be. You can get as comfortable as possible But when you've been playing with someone for 3 years, that's irreplaceable.
Yep, it has been. It has been definitely something beautiful to watch, and I think that they have a lot to prove here, and really build upon their work together. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what they have coming through in this.
Yeah, I am as well. I am as well. Again, and I feel so bad for the other five, right? Because you think because you're trying to come in, but God, it's just so hard to break through a team that's already so well defined, right?
Right.
And then you're just and you can't think of it like that. You can't think that you're this starting five is already so well defined. I'm only going to try to get for one of the two sub spots because that's when you just don't play with your heart in it. You just play willy nilly. You don't really care. You think, oh, all right, maybe I'll get a sub spot. And the fact that we're seeing Spooky, Tandor, D22, Tulo, and All Might actually really put their all into this is also really good for the culture of Costa Rica as well because it shows they're not okay with being the bench players. They want to take those starting roles away from those five. They want to be the ones playing it on the line for their country, and that helps provide a winning culture for a team.
Sure. I'm looking back through how they did. They only beat Guatemala in 23. They didn't take a map off of any other national
Mm-hmm.
team during that 23 World Cup qualifier. So for me, that is something that they want to be looking to expand upon. But what I'm also looking at is like, it was Colombia that was on the top, and
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard crap out of them hardly. I mean, they made an announcement for uh, making their uh, making their tryouts, but I haven't heard anything on the back of that.
Right. I mean, they are um, in a better position because I mean, obviously they don't have to worry about anything until um, the Conference Cup. But again, you want to be. Well, that's why Brazil's already getting their trials underway, getting everything sorted, so they can already start practicing together and building that synergy. And like, you can't rest on your laurels, especially if you're looking at these trials and you're seeing so much talent, and there's only a couple of spots for the group stage from the Americas. You can't rest on your laurels. You need to put everything into that, and that's what we're seeing from these teams that were on the outside looking in previous World Cups.
That's what I'm looking for. I think you hit the nail on the head. Nobody's resting on their laurels now, and I mean the fact that Costa Rica only won one match, and that was against Guatemala in the previous World Cup qualifier. They want to be in that top part of their group. So I like this. Brazil only lost to Colombia. That's why I'm so shocked that like Colombia is like making a bigger name for themselves, making bigger noise for themselves, and I mean a couple of their players have gone over to rivals. So I mean that's got to be detrimental to their national team's hopes as well. So yeah, I mean the fact that these players that we have never heard of are in here absolutely going ham. Love it. Also, we do have some new players in here. It's Monsters is in here. Jimmy Mannix is in here as well. So there's players that we have not seen. It's Monsters is trying to do their best against Artorias, but has actually gotten blown up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard one. They have split up Artorias and Kizo now, and it's Tulo's going to be the one getting getting the Artorias tank experience for themselves as well. So that's a good look for in the futures as well for things too. Kizzo already starting off strong, but a nice grab coming through. That's going to be all you needed in the end. Tulo coming in clutch with 2 wet as well. Just so good on this Kiriko.
So clean. So fresh and so clean, even. I'm sorry, I had to put it out there. But, I mean, just the coordination. It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to matter to Artorias who they have with them. The coordination's going to be there. The go sign's going to be there. I'd love to know who is shot calling for them right now. I don't know if it's Wed or if it's Artorias, but I mean, the calls have been too damn good.
God, I feel like it has to be Artorias, right? It sort of just seems like D22 though coming in with the overclock finding 2, so that's gonna really help Rojo come back into the think of it. But Jimmy Manix does fall there. Dead to find Benji, but all you're gonna find looks like Rojo will get no, they're gonna have to give up. Artorias is back and Monsters is dead.
Oh. There was support there for his monsters too, and Artorias just backs him down and says, "You're not going forward." Sound barrier available to Artorias. They can get ultra aggressive here. I mean, monsters needs to land a monster of a grab here to stop the aggression.
Now Rico into it here yet again. This is where you have to hold it out. As there's the grab coming in. Kizzo's dropping the Sundering Blade, and there it is. 3 go down. Tulo's gonna fall too, and that's a great grab coming in from its monsters.
Well, I said they needed a big one. That's a gigantic one, and we'll take that. Yeah, get 2 on the card. Get 2 on the bot so you can push with some speed. But, I mean, it cost them 3 ultimates just to win that fight out, and you're looking for Artorias to kind of lay into the next one, kind of matching pace with Web, so they're going to have another Kitsune Rush available in their next fight, generally.
Now we go in for another one. D22 finds a pick, but it is, oh no, it is not going to be as we'll try to get back. Artorias falls, Benji takes him out, and there's the team kill, and it looks like some progress will be finally made by Rojo.
It ain't over till it's over. I mean, we've only gone halfway through this time bank, and I mean, you're looking for Artorias once again to light it up. There's the projected bubble once again is just too damn good.
Too good indeed. And now we'll see next engagement come through in a second here, or maybe not. You're just gonna wait it out. I mean, I might as well, right? Wait for everyone to get back.
Make sure you have all your ducks lined up. But I mean, Kitsune Rush should be the start here for Kipo Azul as they go into this next engagement.
Clock coming in from D22 here, and they're going to take Jimmy Manix out to start us off. Grab to get invested there by Artorias, and now he's just going to be beaming everyone down, left, right, and center. Artorias 4 coming in. Goodness gracious, he's just too goated on the sticks, man. Just so good at this Zarya.
I mean, just fantastic, but I mean, you did have to invest the Kitsune Rush into it. So that's going to be off the board here. You're looking for Kizzo kind of to look at something positive here. They're going to have their Sundering Blade in this fight, and Benji is just about up to their sound barrier. It's going to need to be a big one to keep everybody up.
Yeah, like you're saying right now, might as well hold out, take a more, a better fight for yourself. I mean, you've got 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the board. You have such a big advantage over Team Rojo at the moment, right? So we'll see if that can continue as All Might is going to fall. So the posturing and waiting out might have kind of back Blue in the corner here with Tulo, though. Finding a pick now. Tandor trying to turn it back in response. Rojo trying to hold out. Kizzo finding another pick as Monsters finds out another one, but it's still going to be Rojo coming in fully and taking control yet again of the bot.
Gosh, Blizzard's got to get this fixed because it keeps going back to red to red to red. I'm like, wow, oh my god, I don't know where we're at right now. I mean, the fact that All Might died 5 to a sound barrier really did stymie their progress here. So Jimmy Man and the sound barrier coming up for Zool should maintain what they got. They do lose their force monster though.
Jimmy Annex does find monsters out. Kizzo just saws everyone in half. Come on, D22. Come on, man. Why'd you take it from him? Why'd you take the final kill? Artorias was literally on a sliver of HP. You could have just let Kizzo punch him, and they could have gotten the 5-piece. What a great Sundering Blade.
I mean, that was into a sound barrier as well, Joshua, so yikes. From them, Jimmy's gone over to the Cassidy now, so definitely want to give a little bit of room for pause for Kizzo.
Yes, now.
Like that.
Yeah, going in. There's a sound barrier out, and Jimmy Mannix is going to get... No, they don't get found. Kizzo is the number one go down, and now Team Blue are going to be back in control of the bot. They did get... Team Rojo did get forward spawn, so that is so that's good for them.
I mean, this is D22 is creating a lot of these opportunities with that disruption field. I'm sure that they've got the perk there that's got the diminished attack speed or movement speed with it. So Artorias is kind of getting ganged up on here. I think they've acknowledged that you gotta lock down Artorias and not let him get this high charge and take him out as soon as possible.
Overclock in here from D22. Nice grab came in from Artorias. Does lock down Tandor. Is it going to be enough though? Monster's very low. Desperately needs some healing. Not going to be able to get it though. So Artorias can just ran free now. With the Kitsune rush coming in from Wed, Tulo is going to find Kizzo too. That is going to be all you need. Going to try to get this last kill on the D22. Not really need to though, but as you know, you're just going to be running away, but you're going to get ran into the remaining members of Team Azul. They're still trying to hold on, and D22 stays alive during that entire engagement, the entire fight.
So did Benji, Joshua. Benji was like crouching in the corner over there by like the hyper tube, and somehow got away, and Wall rode his way back into safety. But now they're going to have sound barrier here into this last fight. All Might will come up on theirs too. This could be a very dynamic fight if Benji decides to get aggressive.
Is now we come in here. Sound barrier out. There's the Sundering Blade. Does cleave through it all there. And now Tandor is dead. There's the Deadeye coming in. And now it's all over here, Billy. There's just no real hope for Keefe Rojo. As that is going to be that. As Team Blue take map number 3.
Man, Tolhu is just disgusting. I think D22 sets it up though so nicely. It takes away their movement speed. Even with Lucio on the board, you're still going to be slowed down. Jimmy actually showing some really good fight there. That grab is just disgusting. Yeah, you should have let him have it. Oh, shame on you, D. Shame on you, D22, for doing that. But looking at what we had there, I mean, once again, it's Artorias just tanking. The tracking is good. The projected barriers are so good. Its monsters had a very serviceable Surrey. I will say that. Really did stand toe-to-toe with Artorias in a lot of those fights. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Jimmy, good hit scan. I really liked the Kree when it came out. It started giving Tolhu a lot more room to think about, just going in with the tech and the wombo combo and then getting themselves out. Hitting it with that grenade really did start punishing Tolhu, and you saw that kind of started to shift the balance. I just think they swapped a little bit too late to the Cassidy.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there. It looked good. I mean, goodness, those Kizzo Sundering Blades into the those grabs every single time, just 3+ each. It was just incredible stuff for them. And, I mean, God, I mean, it's so hard to say, oh, yeah, Tulo, you're the second best flex DPS trying out. Because that's just how good Kizzo's looking as well. Tulo's looking great too. But God, uh, it's an embarrassment of riches. It would seem for Costa Rica right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with those two. And I think the Witchube and Benji also same thing. I mean, escapability as a Lucio is a very highly prized commodity. There no reason to live going up against those two that were hunting him down there against the Hypertube. So I mean, look, it's just I think that looking at where we see Artorias shine and seeing the other two tanks that we've seen so far now, monsters maybe has crossover with what Artorias has. So Spooky still for me is that backup for him, but I mean, we'll see if there's more in the back pocket for that tank. Uh, Jimmy, serviceable,
Mm.
absolutely serviceable in the hit scan role. I don't mind that at all. Um, I'm looking at Tandor. Yeah, good stuff from them as well. So I mean, there's a lot to kind of play with here. I mean, we've got what 4, 9, 12, 14 players here trialing. I can make a case for 8 of them right now. Maybe, yeah, probably 8 of them right now. I think it's just going to come down to: do you need a support backup
Mm.
uh, for for this team, or do you go with a DPS and tank as your substitutes moving forward?
Yeah, right. I think that's 100% the question. And if it is a DPS sub, what role does that fill? Right? Because I don't know what D22 really brings that Kale doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's the big thing at the moment because they've looked good. They've, like you said, they've set a lot of things up for Rojo as well, as monsters and Kizzo did on that last map. But what do they bring to the table that Kale does not? Because we have not. I don't think we've seen them on anything other than the Sojourn so far, right? And we've seen Kale on other things. We've seen them bring out. I think we saw them bring out a Gassity, or
Yep.
other. We saw them bring out a Bastion as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so right, that opens things up to the hero pool debate because that's when you're kind of when you're debating things on who's the best. You normally want to go with someone who has a more diverse hero pool than one person that only feels really comfortable on a Sojourn. Because what if Sojourn gets banned, right?
Right.
That's something to definitely think on. So I'm gonna kind of as bad as I want, as bad as I feel because of how good he's been playing. I kind of want to move D22 down to the on the cusp role
Mm-hmm.
of things, and that gives us 3 in the bench role. And again, it could just be the rest of it. And again, I rate Tulo's Tracer a lot. I think that looked really good. The Vendetta looked good as well. But Kizzo's just so good on that Vendetta. So you wouldn't. I think the thing you'd bring Tulo in for would be the Tracer, if anything.
And the May, the
Oh
May
yes,
was
and the
good
May.
on, the May was good on Li Zhang.
Mm.
So there's diversity there. Kizzo also has the Reaper
Yep.
that we've seen. Um,
Like to see an
the one
Echo.
thing I have not seen that I think is depending on how these patch updates come through, and we start seeing the meta kind of evolve once again. Do either of them have a venture? I don't remember if I remember seeing a venture from either one of them, but I'd have to go back and look at VODs from like the Panamericana, the Copa America,
Yeah.
from Master stuff. I need to go back and kind of do some extra research to find out that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we've seen that from them really. But I'd also like to see something like an Echo too, which would be a good thing to keep an eye on. We are getting a look at Kizzo's Tracer, as Jimmy does take them out right there and then. As you see, as looks like, yeah, it's going to be a Kipo Rojo taking first fight.
I mean, Jimmy Man taking down a Tracer, not easy, unless your railgun's like up above like 50. So, I mean, that's good stuff from them. Also looking at Benji on the Wu Yang here. I don't hate it, and Tandor is going to be over on to the Kiriko. So we're gonna get some different looks here. Maybe some different kinds of roles here from all the players concerned.
Yeah, as now we'll see if Monster's finding All Might out early on. So well, that could set us straight up for this next engagement for Azul, and it does. Benji and Kale combining for 2 there. Another one comes through. And an interesting piece that I just looked at while looking at the rosters for the show matches. D22 and Tulo were subs on Costa Rica for their Argentina game. And they only brought 1 tank and 2 supports with them. So that's something to keep in mind going forward there, Billy. As Kale going to find an opening here. Tulo falls down. As Artorias is going to find a response. They're still going to try to hold on to this. They're still going to try, but I think you're going to have to back up for the moment.
Especially with Kale having high ground like this, and that overcharge at 150%. Oh, I'm sorry, Tool, excuse me.
Yeah, you're just going to take them out willy-nilly just like that, and now you're going to retake the point, it would seem. As, yeah, that's going to be that. That's going to be that.
And they hold on to Graviton Surge, so I mean, with the accelerated tick right here, they're going to throw themselves at this point, otherwise they're going to lose it. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen.
So another thing as well, yeah, Spooky also does seem to play DPS, I guess. So that's also something to keep in mind for our predictions. Trades keep coming through. Kizzo does find 2 there. But is it going to be enough? There's the Kitsune Rush was invested. Kizzo still alive. They find Jimmy out too. Their respawns are coming back, but is it you? Okay, Wed's falling. But you got off point.
Well, that's a C9 if I ever saw one, but yeah. You know what? They have some tools there here. Moving towards their next point. Equipo Azul, not afraid to press Q here. I like the aggressiveness coming out from all members concerned. Pandora, I want to see what they can do here with their Kitsune Rush and how they manage Suzu coming into this next one.
Now we come in yet again. It's a good opening here from Jimmy. It's going to find Tandor in its monsters, and that should be an opening yet again for Rojo.
It's all about space taking now. I mean, I don't like to see close holds here. I like to see them push out into the vastness of Suravasa here and kind of take these off angles. Monsters is going to need to be very wary about how they're going up against this projected barrier saved Vendetta. That's the big one.
So now you come in here. Kale does find an opening for Azul, and we see their the Cassidy come back out for Kale, but not going to make a difference when you're across the sword. It does seem like the sword is mightier than the gun, at least at the moment. Kizzle does find Artorias with a pulse bomb. Now Tulo could fall here, and it looks like they will. Monsters takes them down with a Ravenous Vortex as help. And Azul are in control of the point.
I thought that we were going to lose Monsters there. Tulu had just used the Wombo combo. I think a couple of punches there probably would have taken them out. But as it stands, the flip is there at 38%. And now they're climbing to 60. I want to see where they go. They did get aggressive with that sound barrier like I was kind of looking for. So now, you know, you're looking for Tandor Can you get the Kitsune Rush up in time?
We'll find out. We'll wait and see as they're now going to come through. You're just pressuring him out as best you can as Artorias falls. Kale finds another one in there. Make it 3 for the man with the Peacekeeper. And that is going to be all tied up 1-1.
Love it. I love the swap over to the Cassidy because once again, it makes Tolhu have to have some room for pause. It also kind of slows down the swift step ability of Wed to get out of these engagements. Can't be as aggressive as they want to be. And also, you know, kind of lays into what Kizzo's doing. If you get that stun up, you know, Kizzo, you know, in there with the machine pistols, really lay some damage in.
Well, there's the Deadeye coming in from Kale, and Jimmy Mannix is going to be able to take them down. Another one bites the dust, and they're going to make maybe another one come through from them, too. Not only going to find those 2, Hulu finds 2 as well, and that is the team kill coming in through from Rojo.
Well, we'll see how this is going to play itself out because, man, Jimmy showing some good skills here on the Sojourn, taking a Deadeye off the board as well. So there's lots of toys to play with here for Equipo Rojo. Look for the grab Sundering Blade combo again.
Yep, grab coming in here already. Tulo going to be dropping the Sundering Blade out. Find Tandor, but the Annihilation coming in from its monsters could be a huge one as well. 2 come through. Tulo's still alive, but is it going to matter? You're getting punched by a giant Omnic. You're still going to be alive for the moment. Rather this Vortex coming through, you're going to be able to get away.
All right, so I mean 61% there for Rojo. Kind of expensive. Well, no, I say it's expensive. They only put out the Sundering Blade and the Kitsune Rush. So, I mean, you're going to have Benji Sound Barrier here very shortly. Pulse Bomb. Watch for Wed. Let's see if Wed can predict and keep the Suzu in the back pocket until they need it.
Kitsune Rush in from Wed 2 to start us off. And Suzu's found Kale. Pulse Bomb in from Kizzo as well. And now we're going to see keep going, pushing forward, keeping things going their way. It looks like Rojo are going to be able to take back that point before it gets out of hand and into Azul's favor much more.
Yeah, I mean, double support ultimates comes in there, so I mean they get what they need there. Now that it's just all about holding here. And I'm sorry, Kizzo and Kale have pushed way out and made sure that they're not going to have any sass coming from this blue team. I mean, you're looking for Kale. See if they can get anything done, and Kale does on the back end of it.
Good opening. Kale just continuing to be the presence that Team Costa Rica needs in their life. As Kizzo is going to find another kill here. And that's going to be the point going to Azul.
Just give me a third of their aim, please. just a third of it.
That'd be great.
I'm not asking for all of it. Just give me a third.
That'd be nice.
I mean, I'll give it back. I'll give it back, I promise. Both these VS Ultimates ready here for blue team. Nothing really to speak of for Rojo. They're going to have to build up to this Overclock and Blade once again.
As now Tulo is going to fall. Benji takes him off the side of the map. All Might falling as well, and another fun bites the dust. That should be Equipo Azul taking control yet again.
Kale is just too good on the hit scan. I think that Kizzo is going to be your flex DPS here. There's a lot that they can play in the tank. I want to see. I think I agree with you. We need to have a flyer here. And while you could kind of say that the sword throw into the sky from the Vendetta will be, kind of considered aerial battle. I really want to see like a genuine flyer, like a Pharah, or like the Echo. I think the Echo is just a fantastic idea, and I'd love to see it.
I would as well. Oh, not good. Not good at all. As now we'll see how they hold out. You're just gonna have to back away if you're Rojo.
I think that you just give it up here. I mean, you're going to have Grab and the Sundering Blade. You're going to have the Overclock as well. For Azul, get aggressive with this Kitsune Rush and really push up into him.
Now, You're up to 75%. Overclock in. Everything coming through. Sundering Blade gonna get its monsters very low. Gale's still alive though. Needs to get some healing, and you're goodbye. And now you're gonna get up to 99%. And you'll take that if you're Akipo Azul, but the point it does get flipped over to Rojo.
Oh man, it takes 3 ultimates to get to eject them from the point, though. That's the problem. Jimmy over onto a Cassidy of their own. Both DPS ultimates ready here for Azul, as well as the barrier about to come online. So you don't invest both your support ultimates. So you're gonna have a point to address what's about to come your way here if you're a blue team.
As now, good pulse bomb already from All Might, and there's a nice shot coming in. Kale drops 2 with the Deadeye, and that should seal our point into the favor of Akipo Azul.
I mean, it's the pulse bomb, it's the sound barrier, and it's the Deadeye all into that. So we are going to play this out. All Might investing the sound barrier here. Interesting decision there. Maybe they're thinking about swapping off of this Lucio in favor of something else.
Well, it would be it'd definitely be a thought. It doesn't seem like that's happening at the moment. Again, I don't know why you would invest so late into everything. The good thing is Benji just used theirs as well, so but you would have really liked that sound barrier right there, as that's going to be Akipo Azul taking it cleanly.
That's about as clean as you like. Yeah, I think I mean, if you would have had it there, it would have extended that fight a whole hell of a lot longer. But as it stands, Wedge over to the Baptiste here. I don't know what you would go here. I mean, maybe a Brig for this close up quarters, trying to deal with the Tracer as well, but the Annihilation is out.
Annihilation in from its monsters, and there's already 2 falling down. And this looks even better for Akipo Azul yet again, up to 60% already.
Brother, that is about as clean of a fight as you can take. And I'm here for it. I mean, this is just clean. It doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter who Kale and Kizzer are playing with, and Benji. You know, you're looking on the other side. You're looking at Tolhu. You're looking at WedTube. WedTube is doing everything they can to kind of, you know, get their bearings about them. Artorias has even kind of been bullied about by this Ramatra of its monsters.
Yeah, that was just a great map from Team Blue, right? As they just dominate as Kale gets another play of the game.
It's just too good. It's just too good. The A is tracking the predictions here coming through. Just fantastic, and that's why you bring the Cassidy right there. Is that grenade? It's the ability to stun people up and allow the rest of your team to kind of hone in, collapse on that stun target, and eliminate them out. And if you can get more on the back of it, awesome. Deadeye's getting kills without the assistance of JPC in this meta. Almost unheard of. So, I mean, good waiting for the cooldowns to come out from Artorias there. And then they knew they had a free shot. So, I mean, that's just good game sense there as well. It's monsters. Good Ramatra.
Yeah.
They cleaned up and they really took it to Artorias there. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, was it as good as Spooky's? Yeah. I actually think it was as good as Spooky's Ramatra. Maybe even a little bit better.
So
go ahead.
So the only thing I think, right, if we're thinking of the fact that we only have 2 subs, and why I keep Spooky over its monsters at the moment is because they're also a DPS player. They were a DPS player in they're a DPS player for Briarcliff, and they play DPS in a show match against Argentina as well. So that that flexibility between roles is something that every team really desperately needs, and that's why I had a player on Argentina making it, Saxton Hale, who for some reason was trialing as a flex DPS, but was a
Mm-hmm.
South American Masters tank player as well, because God forbid something happens to Tizzy, you have someone that can slot into that tank role. And it's a lot easier to do that with prior experience instead of just picking up, having one of your DPS players have to play Junker Queen all day or Doomfist all day.
Right. I don't know. I mean, Spooky, the fact that they can play both roles at a high clip is exciting in and of itself. And I would love to see, if that's going to be the case, then that would, make DPS and support. I mean, that would be your DPS and your tank sub,
Mm.
quote unquote. You could bring, like a specialist support in. There's so many ways they could go with this, Um, they could bring, just another tank, and you'd have two tanks basically and a DPS backup. Um, and then there you could have that specialist tank that you would be able to lean on, just for that one map.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they decide to do. I really did rate its monsters on that Ramatra though, like you were talking about, and in another World Cup when there's 8 players, I'd probably take him over Monster or not over Spooky. But when the name of the game is only 2 subs, you need as much flexibility as possible in your substitutes.
That's going to be it. That's going to be it, brother. I don't know how else they can move forward right now, but we still have a little bit to go as far as what these two teams are going to bring to us. I think we have another hour ish.
Mm,
Are we doing more?
I think it's still 10, right? So
I don't
20
remember.
minutes? 20 minutes? Maybe? One more
Yeah,
lap?
another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that late.
Yeah. If it was another hour, I might have had to say good night early because gotta work in the morning. Yeah, I mean, good. It's just so fun to see these players. Um, and like you were saying, Colombia was a really, really good team in 2023.
Yeah.
But what are they going to do now that Super Gomez is gone? What are they going to do now that all these people that were on that their roster now they play Marvel Rivals, right?
Yep.
And I think that is also kind of a question for some people on Mexico too. Spark Chief, was one of the up and coming tank players for Mexico. Now he's on top of the world on in Marvel Rivals, right? That
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard from Angel Valado. I haven't heard from Castle. Paulette's still playing. I know Chobilux is still playing. Castle was actually their main tank that played through the qualifiers. Momo is still playing. So, I mean, I would assume that they're coming through. But, like, players from, like, these other teams, like, I don't know. Like Papa Joe for Puerto Rico, they've swapped over to the support role. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I mean, Kaluge has just come back into the scene now, playing for Team Liquid. So, I mean, if I'm looking across the board, like Niall is going to be probably the only returning player from Brazil. But I mean, they look scary across the board. Like they scare me still to this day. But like Ecuador, like I have not heard of any of them. Pabiloon, Emiliox was their tank player. I haven't heard anything from any of these players since then. Um, so, I mean, as we move through the tryouts process for these teams, I'm going to be very excited to see, what they have going forward. And, well, we're going to get Circuit Royale here and Battle of the Sigmas.
Or like if they even have a spot, right? Or are they going to even have field teams? Is another thing to think about as well. But ooh, okay, I do like this. I like we're seeing Tulo on the Freya, something we haven't seen from any of our DPS players tonight so far, and Jimmy on the Widowmaker as well. Kizzo bringing out the Hanzo as well, and well, I mean, Kale's just on this Sojourn. It's just all you really need now.
Yeah, I love the fact that we kind of moved in here. And we're bringing, something with elevation, something that, brings verticality to this. I don't know about the Widowmaker. As Kizzo is going to go over to the Genji and is going to turn over the hit scan to Jimmy there. But, I mean, the Widow here, unless you get a pick in, like, the first 30, 45 seconds, you've got to swap.
Yeah.
Because it's just not working.
Yeah, that's why we saw them get a pick, but it didn't work in the end. Now Artorias is down for the count, and it looks like Spooky's come back in for the tank roll here, too, and they're looking cool, calm, collected on the Sigma for Kipo Azul.
You love to see it. And I mean, we're at, 90 seconds now. We've gone 60 meters. That is pretty staunch defense there. And Wedge, we know how good they are on this Iyari. So for me, that is where I'm looking at, can you get the maximum value? Can you keep the sustain up?
Flux comes in. Artorias does fall there in the midst of it, but and Akipo will continue their hold. And God, every time I hear the ultimate in I think it's Portuguese, it's just so funny. It's still Rojo are gonna be able to push forward off the back of it there, but God, it's too funny.
Which ultimate is that? Because I don't hear anything.
Oh, sorry, it's the Flux, right?
Okay.
It's like it just sounds like the English, but just
with an accent.
Yeah. Sing for me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. That comes out. He takes on Jimmy. You love to hear it. You love to hear it. Okay, I'll tell you what. I listened. Who was I watching? I was watching somebody on Twitch, and I heard the Chinese Anran ultimate. It was the most shrill sound I've ever heard in my life. It's great.
Oh, it looks like. Oh, Artorias still alive and well and kicking, but WedTube. Goodness, WedTube's so good, man. Jimmy Maddox is going to try to turn the tide of this, but your kid's just going to die to WedTube in the end. Goodness. What a hold for Kipo Azul.
Indeed it is, my friend. And, I mean, look, Artorias may not be the world's best Sigma player, but Spooky definitely F's with it, as the kids would say today. Also, I really like Toolhu on the Freya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it gives a more it gives a better dimension of to the DPS role. If you take Tulo as well, it gives you that extra look on with that Freya, because we haven't seen that from Kale or Kizzo either. So that definitely gives Tulo a position in on the bench for that May, even though we're seeing that from Kizzo now, but now that Freya as well.
I mean, this just it's good to see that they have bigger hero pools than just what they've been showing us this whole time. The fact that Tulu, here in probably the last map, is showing us the Freya, and we got Kizzo, who we've seen on quite a few heroes today, pulling out another one. Let's see how they do. What kind of play style do they have as this May player?
We shall see. We shall see indeed here. Really, as Tandor already finds Spooky out, who is trying to make the Doomfist work, and saying, "Yeah, that did that work, and we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch over to the Ramatra."
No, it didn't work at all. Maybe they were thinking they were going to catch him out. They weren't expecting the May, because the May absolutely walled him off of any kind of healing. Doing the combo to get out of danger.
Now let's see how this is going. Benji's gonna get felled out here, so this is already looking bad for Equipo Rojo as Artorias falls. Kizzo gonna have to ice block in, but you're kind of dead in the water either way, and there they fall. And there they go, Azul pushing forward.
I mean, this should be pretty much it. The fact that you lose both your DPS there, and we've got people coming online here for Azul as they're looking to kind of hold space here, looking for Kale to, use that disruptor to kind of lock people down on the high ground and wait for, all the shots given, the healing will come through.
Yeah, as they're about to overtake Equipo Rojo as well, as they're on the defense now here, as Spooky is going to fall down early. Nice opening for Kizzo now, as they're going to be able to at least hold out for the time being, as Tulo falls late there too, and now you're going to try to chase down the stragglers.
I mean, that's a good hold here. And now we're at 2 minutes. That is a very, very hopeful Captive Sun. Doesn't get anything on the back of it.
Nice late pick on the Wed Tube there as well for Equipo Azul, or Equipo Rojo, sorry, as now the Orbital Ray comes through. Maybe a little advantageous. Didn't really get the value we're probably hoping for if you're Equipo Rojo, but in Tandor. But now you have to walk in here, and there's this the Gridded Flux out onto Tulo. Now that should rock up yet again. Equipo Rojo looking to hold on yet again, but maybe that changes with the Kitsune Rush now coming in from Equipo Azul, trying to hold on now. The Annihilation might be all you needed to keep pushing forward here, Billy, as they're about to overtake the lead. Benji's going to find a kill. But is it going to be enough to hold on, change the tide of this Spooky Trill? Still trying on the point, and Tulo finds another one, and it looks like it's all over now, as they're going to find the first checkpoint.
Yep, they're going to go ahead and play through this, I believe, just to see what they can get done. But still, I mean, they obviously would have won that if this was a normal match. But now we're going to see what the defense here from Equipo Rojo is going to be as they go through the chicane corner. Looking for Tandor to kind of show up really big here as far as the healing and the ability to get their team out of danger.
Orbital Ray in early from Wed. See how that works for them. As they're going to look to go through. Tandor is going to get caught out because he makes some nice trade, though. Is it going to be enough, however, is the real question. Bola shot in from Tulo, doesn't find the value we're hoping for. Kizzo is going to get felled out here. A right hook from Spooky. And, it looks like second point is free for the taking for Equipo Azul.
Running into Blizzard right now is about the only thing that's going to stop this this blue team from what they are wanting to do. We'll see if they get anything done with this, because they got the sound barrier out already.
Notorious asserting their dominance, asserting their will on the point, pressuring back Equipo Azul for the moment. So like you said, now you've got Orbital Ray, now you've got Blizzard, so you can definitely hold on to this. It's going to go right back into the thick of it here early. Annihilation now comes through. Blizzard did come in, but it doesn't go on the point. goes away. Now Orbital Ray coming through, and Benji's going to get in on that kill feed early on. Spooky's still alive and well, but they are going to get a nice wall off. Kale's still alive, still kicking, still finding kills, and the overclock in is going to be the hope you were looking, or the plays that you were looking for. Kale does find Artorias. And I think that is going to be that, as Akipo Azul are going to keep pushing forward as Kizzo tries their best to stall.
Yeah, I mean, you're just stalling as long as you can, and well, that's 2 points on the board here for them. Now it's about Kale. Once again, trying to find angles here. Going around the side, Kizzo is going to swap over off of the May to a Bastion, so that's going to actually really burn down Spooky with that Nemesis form.
Good Flux in here to start us off. Spooky gets super low. Now Orbital Ray in response. So this is going to be a lot harder to get Kipo Azul off the point here. The overclock it comes in from Jimmy. Doesn't find the value we're hoping for. So now we'll see if this is going to keep going. Spooky does fall, though, so you're going to probably back away here if you're a Kipo Azul.
Don't know how the Freya plays so well inside of the hotel. I think that Rojo have probably made the better decision here to lay damage in, especially if there's not going to be any kind of mitigation other than that, very, very flimsy barrier that Ramatra has. If you're going to play the Sigma here, that would be a better option, I think.
Now as Jimmy Mannix is going to find All Might out. Kale goes down as well. Kizzo making the swap over to the Bastion. They do fall. Tulo does get that opening that they were looking for, but is it going to be enough now? No, it's not. Akipa Rojo are going to be able to stabilize yet again.
Yeah, they're going to have Tidal Blast, and they're going to have the Orbital Ray here into their next engagement as well. Artillery Strike is going to be the big one, especially if you throw the healing wave there onto the Bastion as they're coming through the ultimate. Will keep them nice and sturdy. So that's what I'm looking at right now, is how do they take the high ground away from Grupo Rojo?
Like that. Like that.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah, just like that. All right, Kale does have to back away, though, because you are getting a lot of work done. Now artillery config, Tulu's down as well. The bola shot off the line for this fight. And you're down to 20 seconds. The respawns will come through. And there now is the wave coming in from Benji. Now, but Annihilation can turn the tide of this, right? Kizzo finds All Might. So still anyone's point, still anyone's game. Kale does have this overclock, and it is going to help find Kizzo down. Overclock, or Gravitic Flux in, wed down, and that should help us seal our fate on this point. But Spooky is still punching, throwing the firing Fists of Fury. Jimmy Mannix super low. Benji's going to find an opening, though, so there's still a chance. And Jimmy's found another one. Overclock comes through, and it looks like we're going to get the hold to come in from Akipo Rojo in the end. They still didn't really win, even though they got the victory from the game.
No, they did not. They did not. They did not. Well, I know what they went for there, and still, it's a good swap on the interior there. Artorias showing us a much better defensive Sigma than offensive. WedTube is just WedTube and disgusting in everything that they play. So glad to get to see this player's growth from 2023. So now, I mean, I'm excited to see what they are going to bring, how this group of five is really going to kind of hammer down their synergy, their metas, and their understanding of each other as players. Toolhu is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that should be. I think they should definitely be where they're sitting at right now. Tandord, I'm not as convinced. I think Toolhu makes that second bench player. I think this would be for any squad. I think this would be a great substitute starter and bench kind of lineup.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with you, right? Especially since Costa Rica is definitely comfortable with Benji and WedTube with whatever really comes their way. So I don't think they do need a support sub. So and Tulo just showed some great promise, and as well, even if Kizzo's not feeling it, because like I said, we saw them not perform as well when they were not on the Vendetta. They look good on the Tracer, they look good on the Reaper, but other than that, right? Then you have the opportunity to bring in Tulo and um hope make some difference, right? That Freya looked good. It'll help for when you need at a long range DPS that you can't really get from Kizzo unless they show us a better Hanzo. And that really deepens Team Costa Rica going forward.
Yeah, it's it's too good. It's too good, my friend. This is good for them, and I think they if they went with this roster right here, I think they would be sitting in a very good stead right now.
I have to agree with you. We'll see if this is going to be the last map or we have one more. That is what currently is on my mind. I'd assume if anything, one more map. But who knows? They don't tell us anything. They just ask us to look pretty on camera.
Well, you do it. I'm old. I look good for my age. I'll say that. No, I'm looking at the clean feed right now, and they're just showing the replays of what we went through so far. So I mean, look, Kizzo did show us the May here as well. Had a good blizzard, had some good walls. Definitely had some good stuff going on there. So the fact that Tolhu has brought out the May, has brought out the Freya as well. I think if you throw the Echo in there, I think it's even better.
Yeah, that's the one thing we didn't see from either of these two players. But I think we've seen at least Kizzo play it during one of the show matches. I think we must have, right? And if not, you can definitely learn at least a passable Echo in the next couple of months for either of those two, right? Especially if it becomes a meta pick. Oh, it looks like we are going to another map here. It looks like
we're going to Samoa. Okay.
So I assume this is where we're going to be ending it on. They seem to like to end on control. So it will be our last map of the evening now.
It will be the last map for me, regardless.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
I gotta work.
Yeah, this is gonna be the last for me. Our first look without Artorias in the lobby here today, Billy.
I mean, played every single map so far, so yeah. Well. Jimmy Mannix is actually showing us the Freya here, and WedTube is on the Moira. Is this just fun?
Look at Tandord.
No, I see it. That's why I'm asking. Is this a troll map?
Gotta be, right? Surely it's a troll, right?
Surely not in 2026. Not in the year of our Lord 2026 is this happening.
Yeah.
Real?
I don't know, man. This is a trip either way.
I mean, yay fun.
Just like, why? Why is Monsters on Winston of all things on Samoa? Why is Tandor just getting put in a box by everyone because they're playing Zenyatta in 2026? Man, it's not goats anymore.
Oh, man. I mean, are you looking for just pure damage? Are we having fun? Yeah, there's a pause. Can we pause it, not do this? And there goes Tandor. Tandor's gone.
Yeah, Tandor's just gone.
He said, screw this, I can't. I'm taking my crayons and I'm going home.
I don't blame him. I'm already home to be fair, so maybe.
I mean,
So
these are facts.
yeah, so like, I don't have to take anything.
Okay. I'm wondering how long this is going to be.
Sorry, I was just reading something. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Surely not me. Again, like I said, they don't tell me anything. You say, Joker, you get a cast? I say, yeah. Here's your clean feed. All right, I'll be there. And that's how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah. At least I get to hang out with you for a couple hours. This is fun.
Yeah.
Maybe they are done. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Again, not me. I don't know. I'm just so confused. I'm just confused, man. Why are they doing the things they do? Why was WedTube on Moira? Why was Tandor on Zenyatta? Why was his monsters on Winston, on Samoa?
And then they won the fight.
Like, what the helly?
What the helly?
What the helly indeed?
Okay. I'm just looking. I don't know what to think now.
I don't either.
I'm thinking that bedtime is coming very soon.
Mm-hmm. I also think that. Bedtime sounds great. Another 2
The hubby
hour
brought me Five Guys, and I've been kind of like nibbling.
Ooh. You know, it'd be great too. Another 2 hour delay for me. Ooh, that's great. Oh.
So they did win the fight. Now they're back in here. I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep this, but yeah, I guess they're just going to play without Tandor.
Yeah, I don't know. What's the point of this? It shows us that Kale can play. Oh.
Oh my lord!
Oh yeah, they're just all done. I think they're just done. Well, they said, what's the point of this? Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
I'd assume.
Well,
I'd assume that's what they thought. Either way, I'm ready to go to bed. I don't know about you, Billy.
No. You and I are in the very
right.
same place. I am absolutely ready to go to bed.
All right, before we leave, again, we'll show you our final 7. Artorias, Kale, Kizzo, Benji, WedTube, Spooky, and Tulho. Yay! Woo!
Yay!
All right, everyone. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with Honduras.
Honduras.
Yes, Honduras. That's gonna be an interesting one because I don't really have any clue about what Honduran Overwatch is going to look like. So be there, be square, follow the Twitch channel, Joker's Ransom, to keep up to date on everything that's going on during the World Cup trials, online qualifiers, Conference Cup. We'll be here, we'll be there. Thank you all for watching. It's been me, Joker's Ransom, Baby Chef Billy, wherever you are in the world. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Peace.
Peace.